Hey, Dr. Dave Nicol here. In this episode of Freewheeling, I want to really concisely try and show you what is going on with your career. Now, there are 4 stages of getting to be an amazing vet. The vet you always dreamt of being. Let's run through them really quickly, okay? There's stage 1, and that's the optimist. There's stage 2, and that's called being in the trough of sorrow, or the depressionist. There's stage 3, which is the grafter. And then there's stage 4, which is just the champ, the winner, the person who can do veterinary medicine well. Now here's how this works, and this is so important that you get your head around this, because I think this explains why a lot of people are just falling out, not falling out of love with veterinary medicine, but falling out of the profession full stop. Here's how this looks on a graph. Okay, we've got a Y and an X-axis. Now, on our Y-axis, we've got happy. Okay? And on our X-axis, we've got time. Okay, so what's happening over time? When you graduate, you first graduate, you're pretty happy. You made it. You totally crushed your degree, you got through vet school, you made it, and you rock, okay? So what happens is you're pretty happy, but then you get in practice, and then pretty quickly you're like, uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. And suddenly, you don't feel so happy anymore because you start feeling dumb. You start actually working out how little university has prepared you for, how few of the skills you actually have beyond being able to pass exams and cram your head full of book knowledge, okay? And so you get pretty unhappy, and this is now what we call the trough of sorrow. So you're sitting down here, wallowing around and struggling. And if you stick it out long enough, you'll start to pull back up, okay? And now we're into grafter territory, and then eventually, you'll get really good at this and you'll start to feel a lot happier. You start to feel happier because you're starting to meet your human needs. Certainty you can do this. Significance, like you're actually worth the title you've got. Connection and love for the animals, for your team who respects you because you can do the job more. For the clients who also respect you because you can do the job effectively, right? There's a lot of magic starts to happen there. So it breaks down. We've got stage 1 vets there. We've got stage 2 vets there, we've got stage 3 vets here, and we've got stage 4 vets in this category. Now each category, something different's happening in your psychology, and you have to learn how to do some stuff. But let's focus where a lot of people are on stage 2. Because by getting over the start line, you're in stage 1. You don't need my help to fall off the happy curve, right? Most of us will go through that process, okay? But where we need help is in this stage here, the trough of sorrow, stage 2. So what is going to get you out of the trough of sorrow? Well, it's 4 things. First up, the job you choose is an epic determinant of what happens next, okay? So you choose a good job that supports you, that's a really good choice. If you're in a place where you can't get the next 3 things that are going to help you climb out of the trough of sorrow, you have a big problem, okay? So what are those 3 things? Well, the first thing we're going to need is mindset, okay? So what is going on in your brain? What stories are you telling yourselves? If you are telling yourself that you are no good, that you can't do this, that you're a failure, you have a big problem, okay? So first thing is mindset. Second thing are tools, okay? What tools can you work with in your job and also with your brain to help you climb out of the trough? And then the last thing is support, so mentors. Okay, who are the mentors that you need to climb up on that are going to reach down and pass you their hand and pull you out of the quicksand and put you on their back and help piggyback you to the start of the next phase where things get a lot better? Okay, you need mindset, you need tools, you need mentors, and if you've got those 3 things, I promise you're going to make it through, okay? And then you're going to start the ascent to something a whole lot better. Now, what's happening? And this is I think one of the biggest reasons why we have a recruitment crisis or people are not happy is because when you fall off down here, this might be one of your first big failures, okay? You've worked so hard, you've passed exams, you've struggled maybe through vet school, but you made it, right? And now in life, there ain't no tutor there to help you in that exam room when you're stood there and it's on you to make decisions, right? There's no sort of stop or reset button when you're having a conversation with a client. You don't know how to do that very well. It's just hard. And that's when the imposter voice shows up. That's when the negative trash talk shows up. And instead of getting on this curve, boom, you crash out the other way. And you crash out of love with a profession that you invested so much time and money getting into, and you find something else. And that's a problem. It's a big problem. It's sad. I don't want that for you. So mindset, tools, mentors. That's what you've got to seek. Hey, and if you do want to know a bit more about how I can help you, join in the So You're a Vet Now What Facebook group, because we talk about this stuff heaps all the time. All right, it's made my mission to try and help you find those things, to climb out the trough of sorrow and to get on with your career in a really positive way. That's it for now. What do you think? What are your thoughts on what's going on? Where are you? Which particular persona are you? Are you in the sort of happily, sort of completely blissfully unaware camp? Maybe you're in the trough of sorrow. Are you grafting your way up here, having fails and successes and fails and successes? Or are you crushing it? Hey, by the way, if you're crushing it up here, guess what? Get into the trough of sorrow and help these poor sods out of there, okay? You owe it to each other. That's what I got for you today. So be safe, be well, be happy.